So, fortunately, as you know, the tech world is dramatically changing every day. So, week on
Absolutely.
week, there's new technology coming
New
in
things coming
with
in.
ChatGPT coming on. And also, just before that, the COVID also has been instrumental in making
Right,
the diversified organization structure. We can work from anywhere.
right,
We get to here.
right.
So we are able to consolidate most of these, especially the new technology which has come.
Welcome back to another episode of FaceTime with Leaders presented by Directors Institute World Council of Directors. I'm your host, Charu Mehra, and today we have a truly remarkable guest, someone who has not only led major business transformations, but has also built and scaled companies from the ground up. Joining us is Mr. Anil Sreedhar, a seasoned leader with over 24 years of experience at the intersection of technology, finance, and strategic business leadership. As the director and CEO of GBP Plus, he has been instrumental in driving product innovation, leading multi-million dollar growth, and shaping the future of fintech and enterprise solutions. His journey spans from spearheading major technology and business transformations at Emirates NBD and Suntech to building disruptive SaaS and cloud based solutions that have made a lasting impact across industries and markets. So get ready for a power packed conversation filled with insights, experience, and lessons from the boardroom and beyond. Mr. Sridhar, welcome to FaceTime with Leaders. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here today.
Hi, thank you very much, Charu. Thank you very much. And thank you very much to Directors Institute World Council of Directors. I'm very happy to be for this podcast of yours, and I'm very excited. Yeah.
Great. So I'm looking forward for an interesting conversation today.
Yes, sure.
So, moving on. Mr. Sridhar, you've had an incredible career journey from leading major business transformations to scaling companies and shaping the future of technology and finance. But before we get on to all that, we'd like to know what was your starting point? Any moment or a decision or maybe an unexpected turn that set everything in motion for you? What was the defining moment for you?
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much for the question. Well, basically, I think it started all with moving on to the IT segment in way back in 1994, 95.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that was a big decision at that time when, in India, it was just booming. Not even booming, it was
Right,
just the beginning start. Windows
right,
have not
right,
even started. The early version of Windows were in place. And they were very skeptical about everybody being some kind of mechanical or electrical
right,
engineers, not into the IT segment. So,
right.
but I was in the early stage itself. I started myself with programming, and I was a little inquisitive about the new things which could be brought out from
Mm-hmm.
the computerization more than
Right,
any of the AI and elements which are coming in today.
right.
So that was where I started having interest into that, and I moved myself fully into that aspect. Fortunately, with God's grace, I got my first opening also in just before the 2000. I don't know whether you are aware. There's a big problem during 2000 about the millennial problem, where entire banks used to have the 000 ending year and having a big problem. So
Okay,
that's when,
okay.
just before that, I had an opportunity to work with part of a central bank unit called Emirates Institute for Financial
Mm-hmm.
Studies, where
Mm-hmm.
it used to be the core education institute for
Right,
the Emirates to train
right.
Emiratis to bring them onto
Okay.
banking sector when the
Mm-hmm.
computerization was coming in. So
Okay.
obviously during 1998 when it started, it was only computers, but they
Right.
never was envisaging the millennial problem at that time.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that gave me a big break, and I think that's where it all started. Yeah.
Mhm. Wow, wow, wow. It's such an incredible journey, and it's fascinating to hear how a career unfolds, and it's not always a straight line, but there are some opportunities that come across, some challenges, some defining moments that shape who we become.
Yes.
So yeah, taking a startup from an idea to a multi-million dollar success is a journey that must have been filled with challenges, tough decisions, risks, and constant need to innovate. And as the CEO of GBS Plus, you've not only built a thriving company, but also shaped its product and vision strategy. So we'd like to know what were some of the biggest hurdles that you faced along, and how did you balance innovation with real world business execution?
So yeah, you're absolutely right. When you start a startup, there are two things which you don't have in your hand. One is capital, the money which is required, and also
Right,
the adequate resource. Um,
right,
if you give money, you get adequate resource, but you don't have the real fund to actually
right,
gather or obtain those resources. So
right.
that was the biggest challenge, I suppose. And I started, and fortunately for me, when in the from the beginning itself, I have gathered about 10-member team, small niche team,
Okay.
where they were not really really beginners, but they were already working in some areas of some fields, but
Right,
they had the same wavelength of mind in terms of growing
right,
a business from start to a level which we required. So to be
right.
very frank, it's been 8 years, and all these 8 people are still with me. I'm very happy
Wow,
for them.
wow.
I'm very thankful to them as well, because as you always should be thankful to the resources for, especially in the IT segment. Uh,
Absolutely.
and they have shown confidence in me, and as well as I have given them the comfort to work
Right,
in the space
right.
which is provided to them.
Mm-hmm.
We have together developed a lot of new ideas, concepts. Even now we have generated ourselves with an AI team.
Wow,
Starting with one person, we are a large team now. We are able
wow.
to address large problems,
Mm-hmm.
especially from the US. Not that US cannot solve most of the problems, but
Right.
yeah. So we were very fortunate to do that. We are also fortunate that we have got um, some augmented reality projects where our
Okay.
staff
Wow.
learned from scratch
Mm-hmm.
and obtained the skills to actually deliver to some of the large institutions in the US. So they
Wow.
are still very happy with us, and they are bound to give us more business as we progress. So uh, challenge from a perspective was initially on the funding and also from
Mm-hmm.
the resources.
Right.
As I said, since the resources were very cooperative, the funding need was not very much pressing on me. Yeah, it gelled in well.
Right, right, right. Wow, wow. That is such an insightful perspective, and it's one thing to have a vision, but hearing how you turned your challenges into stepping stones really shows the depth of leadership required. And also, as you said, that you still have those 8 people who started with you. So it really shows the kind of a leader you are, that you were able to retain those people and reach the heights that you have reached as of now. That's really incredible.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, Mr. Sreedhar, in today's fast-paced tech landscape, agility is a necessity, and businesses need to move fast, adapt, innovate. But at the same time, we see that large-scale operations demand stability, structure, and risk management. And striking that delicate balance is where true leadership comes in. With your experience in driving tech transformations, how do you ensure agility without compromising the stability that large organizations rely on?
So, fortunately, as you know, the tech world is dramatically changing every day. So, week on
Absolutely.
week, there's new technology coming
New
in
things coming in.
with ChatGPT coming on, and also just before that, the COVID also has been instrumental in making
Right,
the diversified organizational structure. We can work from anywhere.
right,
We get together.
right.
So we are able to consolidate most of these, especially the new technology which has come,
Mm-hmm.
and also differentiated space of working also
Right.
we've been able to collaborate it well. Um,
Right.
and that has helped in new coming up with new innovative solutions.
Right.
So basically, the new solutions like the augmented reality, which was for I definitely wouldn't have dreamt of having that particular options to be made available in India unless they had thought about giving such options to be made available outside.
Right.
So and also there are some high secure projects which have been provided to us, and we've been able to successfully hand over and deliver to our clients. So
Okay.
those showed the the agility which were required as the
Right.
time and the circumstance asked for, and we were
Right.
quickly able to bounce on with my team. Definitely, no doubt, all credit goes to the team and the team players who've been with me, and together we have grown together with the
Right.
changes which are required for the environment.
Wow, wow, absolutely. I mean, it's a really powerful perspective that you've laid across, and it's easy to talk about agility, but hearing how you balance it with stability that a large organization need really puts things into perspective.
Yeah.
So it's really great. So in any organization, we see that efficiencies can slow down the progress, affect performance, and even limit the growth of that organization. But identifying them and more importantly, turning them into opportunities for optimization takes a lot of experience, strategic thinking, and obviously a deep understanding of the business. With your extensive background in business technology re-engineering, what is your approach? How do you uncover these inefficiencies and drive real measurable improvements?
So we have had some few strategies which have worked very well.
Hmm.
Fortunately, to the God, all blessings. So there are few, as you rightly said, there are few areas of people or resources who
Right,
might be lacking the speed or the agility which is required for the changes.
right,
But at the
right,
same time, we have few who have those. So
right.
what we have done cleverly is bring those weaker ones up to speed with the help of the champions,
The champions.
not making them feel weak. At the same time, being collaborative, whereby they
Right.
themselves are actually contributing without them
Hmm.
knowledge, knowing that it has been with the help of the seniors or with the
Right.
help of the colleagues. So that
Wow.
has been very helpful. And because of that, most of our employees are very happy. To be very frank, if we scale up to the next level, I'm sure some of the employees who have left us over the years would definitely would like to come
Want
back
to
because of
come.
our culture, our coherence, and how we managed the employees,
Right.
both the able ones as well as the weak
And
ones. We've been able to balance them well.
wow, wow. That's really fascinating. You know, your approach is just not fixing, is just not focused on fixing problems right now, but also making long-term improvements that, you feel that if you reach there, the people who've left you might come back looking at
Yeah.
the culture. And it's such a great thing to even think about that. So that's great. So, Mr. Sreedhar, as someone with such a diverse and successful career, I'm sure you had a vision not just for your own journey, but also the future of businesses and organizations. Looking ahead, what are your key aspirations for the next phase of your career? Anything in particular, any challenge or opportunities that you're eager to take on?
Well, with the changing world and with the AI as a big buzzword in this thing,
Right,
we have already harped ourselves into this for the last 1.5 years, and we
right.
have been in the R&D mode for bringing out something new, not something
Mm-hmm.
which is already available with many
Right.
to be part of. So, as part of that, we have embarked on two major aspects, not
Mm-hmm.
not just focusing on one because we wanted to have a fallback plan if in case that
Right.
doesn't work once
That
it's
doesn't work.
out in the industry.
Right, right.
Yeah. So we have had two major ones. One is on the health industry,
Mm-hmm.
where we also have a challenge on having to onboard the data. So data
Okay.
privacy is a big problem there. So without
Right.
without having to entangle ourselves into the data privacy or the policies. How to
Right.
handle that? We have come out with some solutions. Now we need
Mm-hmm.
to authenticate those results with some experts like the
Right.
doctors. So we
Right.
have also approached some of the top institutes in India, not naming
Mm-hmm.
any,
Right.
from and we have got some of them on board with us, helping
Mm-hmm.
us to get forward to with those aspects, and which will actually bring out not as part of any CSR activity, but for the social responsibility to this particular product will help identify uh, the 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 growing problems in India, especially on
Right.
children's mental health and autistic problems. So
Right.
we are
Right.
hearing a lot of increased number of the autistic spectrum children uh,
Children,
being
absolutely.
identified. Uh,
Right.
Not that the parents want to accept it, but we also don't want to accept that. But still, we want
True.
to identify whereby early detection would give early prevention or cure. And most of the doctors also say that if it has been detected early enough,
Early. Mm-hmm.
have not that it can be 100% cured, but it can be actually be addressed.
Right.
And yeah, so that's the kind of thing which we are doing. And
Right. And the quality of life for that kid when he grows up, when they grow up,
yeah,
improves drastically.
child, it's not only the child, but actually the
Right.
family
The
and the people
family.
around them. So it's a
Absolutely.
huge community which gets a dramatic change just because of one early identification or early detection, which
Wow.
we are able to do, or we may be able to
Right.
do. So
Right.
fingers crossed, we are aiming at doing that.
Nah, absolutely. And it's such a powerful vision, Mr. Sridhar. And it's inspiring how you're not to see that how you're not only looking to shape your career, but also as the broader corporate world or maybe the society. You are targeting the society through your leadership, which is
Absolutely.
fascinating.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Sridhar, you've had a privilege of collaborating with some of the most renowned global consulting firms, including McKinsey, KPMG, Gartner. These partnerships, I'm sure, must have given you unique insights into governance best practices. We'd like to know what are some of the key takeaways from these collaborations, insights that you believe businesses should adopt to elevate their governance and strategic decision making.
So the engagement with McKinsey was primarily during my banking career in Emirates
Mm-hmm.
NBD and
Right,
in the Middle East. So
right,
obviously, McKinsey being a large international firm, they bring in a lot of perspective from the world arena, and which was
right,
really required for Emirates NBD being the biggest bank in the Middle East.
right,
Governance was their primary objective. How
uh-huh.
things are structured, how it is managed, how
Right,
and also once I moved into the Indian arena with Suntech being there, with
mm-hmm.
working with Gardner and others, uh, there
Right,
were there were a lot of governance aspects which were provided, which
right.
helped in shaping myself and for the organization I worked in bringing up new dimensions to our thoughts,
Good. Mm-hmm.
especially on certain minute things which we would have ignored. But
Right,
from
right,
a case study perspective, when McKinsey or the KPMGs and the consultants come up with saying that such a thing happened in another
right.
country in an organization, then we realize, oh, that's possible. That can happen in
Absolutely.
our place
Right,
as
right,
well. We might as
right,
well precautiously take steps to address and early steps to take notice of those and bring in as
right,
part of our governance policies and principles
right,
to be
right.
followed.
Right, 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 right. So it's incredible, like, and it's clear that with your experience with top consulting firms, it has shaped your approach to governance,
Yeah.
and you get to learn so much by collaborating with these big firms.
Yes.
So, Mr. Sridhar, you've had an incredible career with significant leadership roles and business transformations. So, what motivated you to join Directors Institute? And with also, how has your experience been so far? Have this experience enriched your perspective on corporate governance and boardroom dynamics? How has it been? So, we'd like to know that.
Yeah, certainly. I think as part of the independent directorship process, I was looking
Mhm.
at where would I get some good guidance and good
Right,
mentoring, etc. So
right.
then I came across Directors Institute. It had a full plethora of not only just courses but
Mm-hmm.
videos going through different materials,
Right.
especially in the Indian perspective. There are a lot
Mm-hmm.
of aspects which were covered, and I think
Right.
all those initial videos which helped. To be very frank, I should thank the institute very much because I had just 2 weeks of time before
Wow.
which I had to register myself and certify myself as an internal independent director,
Director.
because I was nominated to a bank uh, within which was a listed bank within India, a
Okay.
Bombay Stock Exchange listed bank,
Wow.
and
Mm-hmm.
they had nominated me and they have approved of me. But I was definitely supposed to have this and also an RBI clearance. So our
Right.
Directors Institutes really helped me a lot in
Wow.
achieving this goal in just 2 weeks. I can guarantee
Wow.
tell you it took me probably 10 days fully. I was dedicated. Okay, that's from my part. But yeah,
Absolutely.
but
Mm.
from the institute's perspective, it helped a lot of uh, the videos and the material and also the concepts, the exams and etc. which were
Right.
going, which helped me a lot. So
Right.
I can definitely thank as much as possible to the International Institute for giving me and that level of knowledge in a short period of time, which gave me a real good clarity, which
Mm-hmm.
gave me the confidence to take the exam, and I cleared it. They
Right.
cleared the exam in the first instance, so that was very. I'm very
Absolutely.
happy with that.
Wow, wow, wow. So it's truly great, Mr. Sreedhar. It also shows that you are open to keep on learning, and it's really nice to hear that Directors Institute has been able to help you achieve that one step of your journey, and hopefully that they'll be able to help you achieve your future aspirations and goals, whatever you've set them for yourself.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
it's really incredible. So, with that, we've come to an end of this incredible conversation today on FaceTime with Leaders, presented by Directors Institute. Mr. Sridhar, your insights into navigating leadership, innovation, and corporate governance have been nothing short of inspiring. You've shown us that true leadership isn't just about managing change, it's about driving it with purpose, vision, and constant commitment to learning. As we wrap up this episode, let's take a moment to reflect on today's standout lesson. That is, leadership is not a destination, but an evolving journey, one that requires agility, integrity, and the courage to innovate. We hope that today's discussion has motivated you to think bigger, act bolder, and lead with purpose. As always, thank you for tuning in, and remember, the future of leadership is in your hands. Let's build it one decision at a time. Until next time, keep leading, keep growing, and keep making a difference. This is Charu Mehra signing off from FaceTime with Leaders. Thank you.